Hello everyone! Today I'm going to be painting in my sketchbook, and this time I'm going to be painting an idea that I got from a previous video of mine where I tried intuitive painting. That was a really fun video, and I definitely recommend you go watch that one after you finish this one. For those of you who don't know what intuitive painting is, I'll just explain it really quickly while I set up all my colors. Basically, when you paint intuitively, you don't have a plan for what you're actually painting. You just let the randomness of your brush strokes and your colors mix and layer until they start to look like something, and then you paint whatever it looks like to you. It's super fun and I highly recommend it. But anyway, when I went back through my footage of me painting it, I saw something completely different. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, that's going to be a cool idea. So I grabbed my sketchbook and I sketched out a quick little doodle of it. So today, that's what I'm going to be painting. And I'm starting with these mountain cliffs off in the distance. And I've really been trying to work on painting more loosely so that you can see a lot more of the paintbrush strokes and it just looks a little bit more painterly. So painting these cliffs was really fun because anytime you paint rocks or like these cliffs are very kind of have rocky terrain to them, using a flat brush and just kind of making long and short brush strokes across them, it really creates that rocky look with very little effort. So throughout this whole painting, I try to really stick to the idea of less is more, trying really hard not to overwork things or make things too detailed and too smoothed out and polished so that I could get that more rugged look. As a beginner artist, it's really important to really experiment with different types of styles of painting, different techniques, because you never know when you might stumble across something that you really enjoy doing and that you would really like to incorporate into your own personal style. Because when you're just starting out, you don't really have a style. I mean, you might, but most people don't really know what their style is. They tend to look at other artists, and certain artists, you can look at any one of their paintings and you can tell, oh, this is the same artist as this other painting I've seen, because they have a certain technique, a certain style that they've developed over time. And part of developing your own style is just experimenting with stuff that's already been done before, using different brushes that you've never used before, forcing yourself out of your comfort zone and trying new things. Once you accomplish something and you feel like you're doing really good, it's hard to want to push the boundaries and go back into an uncomfortable zone. But it really is one of the best ways to learn and develop your art skills. Recently, I tried gouache for the first time, and even using that has helped me tremendously with using flat brushes. I mean, who would have thought trying out gouache, I would actually learn to like using a flat brush like I'm using here in this painting. I used to hate using flat brushes. I would only use like an angle brush, but this brush in my hand, I've had it for a couple years now, and I haven't even really used it very much until now. So don't be afraid to try new things, because you never know, it might be your next favorite thing to do or use. So by this point, I'm sure you can tell that this is a bridge coming out of the middle of nowhere. Don't ask me why it's coming out of the middle of nowhere. I have no idea. This is just what I saw in my intuitive painting. And I thought it would be pretty cool to have a bridge just in the middle of some field that goes way off into the distance with a really stormy sky. And when I was choosing my color palette for this, I just love the idea of having a pink field instead of, because it's kind of supposed to be like almost like a wheat field or some kind of field with tall grass. And I just really liked the idea of having a really bright pink, kind of purple field, and then having the sky be kind of moody and have almost like a green, like a blue-green tint to it. I thought the colors went really well together, and I really like how everything turned out. My favorite part was definitely painting the cliff, and I go back over it and try to add some more details to it, and I almost took it a little too far. I had to stop myself because I kept just wanting to add more and more rocky textures to it. I also really wanted to add a tree. I don't know why. With landscapes, it's like if there's a landscape, I feel like there needs to be a tree in it or multiple trees. At least one tree, you know? So I was like, maybe I could put a tree at the very top of the cliff and it could be way in the distance. And so it's like just one single tree up top. And then I also thought about having one really close to you in the foreground, but then that would have kind of covered up the cliff, or it would have covered up the bridge a little too much. So I held back. I held back from adding a tree to this landscape. And I'm glad I didn't. I really like how it looks. It's kind of minimalistic, but at the same time, it's very interesting to me. There's enough going on in the painting to kind of make you stop and think a little bit. And I just really like the overall feel that this painting has. It's very moody, but somehow it's kind of bright. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on it. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Did you understand that it was a bridge? Or does it look like a dock and an ocean? I'm sure some of you probably thought it was like a pink ocean. And who knows? It could be a pink ocean with a dock. That's not what I intended it to be, but it could be. Anyways, let me know what you think in the comments. If you made it this far in the video, consider subscribing to my channel. It's free and it helps me out a lot. And to all my new subscribers, thank you so much, and I am happy to have you. I have links in my description for my favorite art supplies as well as my Instagram. Give me a like if you enjoyed watching this, and I will link my intuitive painting video at the end of this video. So if you haven't seen that one, go ahead and go watch that one. And I'll see y'all next time.